This week, Lewis Hamilton is helping Mercedes go vegan. Rooney Mara goes undercover at a factory farm. And Greta Thunberg is named Time's 2019 Person of the Year. All this and more on LIVEKINDLY's weekly vegan news. If you're new to our channel, you can subscribe by hitting the leaf icon in the bottom right corner of the video. Click the bell icon to turn on notifications. And please be sure to like and comment below. Vegan climate change activist Greta Thunberg is Time's 2019 Person of the Year. She told the magazine, "We can't just continue living as if there was no tomorrow, because there is a tomorrow. That is all we are saying." Thunberg spoke before the 25th United Nations Climate Conference COP25, damning countries for negotiating loopholes instead of meeting the goals to limit carbon emissions under the Paris Agreement.
The real danger is when politicians and CEOs are making it look like real action is happening when, in fact, almost nothing is being done apart from clever accounting and creative PR.
The 16-year-old's journey to becoming one of the most prolific voices for climate change began with skipping school on Fridays in August 2018. Instead of attending class, Thunberg sat outside the Swedish parliament holding a white sign with painted black letters that read, "School Strike for Climate." Her actions sparked Fridays for Future, a global youth-led environmental movement. On September 20th, the world's largest environmental strike took place on a Friday. In cities across the globe, the streets were lined with young people skipping school to send a message. Thunberg's first book, No One Is Too Small to Make a Difference, was published earlier this year. McDonald's UK is launching its first fully vegan Happy Meal. Last year, the fast food chain released vegetarian red pepper and pesto goujons that could not be labeled vegan due to a preparation space shared with animal products. The new vegan Veggie Dippers are produced with the same plant-based tomato pesto, red pepper, rice, and split peas, but are prepped in a designated area. The new McDonald's Veggie Dippers Happy Meal has been granted full Vegan Society accreditation. In the last 12 months, we've seen an 80% uplift in customers ordering vegetarian options at McDonald's, said Thomas O'Neill, head of food marketing at McDonald's UK and Ireland. So it is time for the brand famous for dippable McNuggets to launch a dippable option for our vegetarian, vegan, and flexitarian customers. Vegan actor Rooney Mara went undercover to investigate factory farm conditions in England. Mara described the experience as devastating. Animal rights organization Animal Equality released an 8-minute documentary about her visit, called With My Own Eyes. She said that she was motivated to go undercover after watching footage from a pig farm. The short film shows the 34-year-old actor walking around facilities in the middle of the night. Mara visited one farm that kept more than 3,000 pigs, whilst another had approximately 50,000 chickens. She described the conditions as more awful than you can even imagine. On one farm, Mara witnessed mother pigs kept in small cages known as sow stalls. Sow stalls confine pregnant pigs for 6 to 16 weeks. The stalls are so small that pigs cannot turn around at all. They must stand and sleep where they defecate.
Nothing really prepares you for seeing it in person. You know, it's really just, it's so much more awful than you could even imagine. You know, I just kept thinking about my sister who just had a baby and just thinking about, you know, how beautiful that was, and just that instant desire to nurture and protect your child.
IKEA is investing more than $220 million toward becoming more climate positive. The international Swedish furniture giant announced that the money will go toward green energy, reforestation, and forest protection to help mitigate the company's carbon footprint over the next decade. IKEA Group CEO Torbjörn Loof said in a statement, "Our ambition is to reduce more greenhouse gas emissions in absolute terms by 2030 than the entire IKEA value chain emits, while growing the IKEA business." In its 2018 sustainability report, IKEA estimated its climate footprint to be 26.9 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. This shows an increase of 2.8% when compared with 2016. IKEA has attributed this to the growth of the company. The brand says that it will offset this increase by cutting its raw material footprint. IKEA will also aim to lower the emissions from customers traveling and adopt more renewable heating and fuel. Jack Black says that everyone should consider going vegan for the environment. The actor and musician, along with Nora Lum, better known as Awkwafina, appeared in Wired's autocomplete interview to answer the internet's most searched questions about themselves. One of the most frequently asked questions about Black is if he's vegan. During the Wired interview, he talked about the environmental benefits of going plant-based. While he's not vegan, Black said that he would like to be, even though cheeseburgers are his favorite food. He added, "I am in spirit. And really it's time for everyone to consider that lifestyle. I found out that vegans are better for the environment. Why? Cow farts." Avon Products Inc. has taken a major step toward becoming cruelty-free. The international beauty brand will no longer conduct regulatory required cosmetic animal testing in every country, including China. Going forward, the company will work with its suppliers to ensure that no ingredients are tested on animals. Avon will focus on working with suppliers on their animal testing policies for ingredients used in Avon's products. Meanwhile, Avon will continue to work with its partners to push for regulatory change and greater acceptance of alternatives to animal testing, the company said in a statement. Avon Products Inc. is a separate brand from New Avon LLC. The former sells cosmetics everywhere in the world except for the United States, Puerto Rico, and Canada. According to the New Avon website, the company has a deep respect for animal welfare and does not conduct animal testing. Avon does not conduct animal testing on its products or ingredients, nor does it ask others to do so on its behalf. Billionaire hedge fund manager Christopher Hohn has warned companies that are not doing their part to address climate change. Hohn is the founder of TCI Fund Management. The fund manages more than $28 billion in assets. Hohn issued letters to major companies that TCI has invested in, including Google, to demand more transparency about their impact on the planet.
Developing countries, they'll tell you they already see the impact. Poor countries are disproportionately being impacted even though they weren't the cause of the problem. And so this is also a moral issue.
The fund urged companies to report total carbon and other greenhouse gas emissions through CDP, an independent environmental consultancy. TCI added that it may sell its shares of companies that do not outline their climate change impacts. The disclosure must include targets for emissions intensity reduction and absolute level reduction. TCI said that it would typically vote against all directors of companies which do not publicly disclose all of their emissions and do not have a credible plan for their reduction. It added that companies' plans for reduction should align with the Paris Agreement. Hohn told the Financial Times, "Investing in a company that doesn't disclose its pollution is like investing in a company that doesn't disclose its balance sheet. If governments are not demanding it, then investors should force it themselves." Unilever's new €85 million innovation center will focus on developing vegan food. The new center, nicknamed Hive, aims to transform the global food system. Particular areas of research include new meat alternatives and plant-based food, more efficient crops, and sustainable packaging. It also hopes to tackle issues such as food waste and climate change. Unilever CEO Alan Jope said a fundamental transformation is necessary to feed more than 9 billion people sustainably and nutritiously. Unilever's Hive will lead its innovation programs for brands with plant-based options such as Knorr, Hellmann's, and the Vegetarian Butcher. The company now offers approximately 700 vegan and vegetarian-friendly products. Jope continued, "Malnutrition, obesity, climate change, and food waste are issues that can only be addressed if we work in partnership. To accelerate technology and innovation, having a global research and development center in Wageningen will enable us to do exactly this." Hive is located on the Wageningen University campus in the Netherlands. Food Valley, a leading research hub for global food and agriculture. Mercedes-Benz could ditch all leather thanks to vegan Mercedes team F1 driver Lewis Hamilton. The six-time Formula One champion said that he will speak to his Mercedes team about making cars with animal-free interiors. He added that he wants to aim for more sustainability in general in Formula One. "I'm trying to push for sustainability with my team," Hamilton told Options, a Malaysian lifestyle publication. "I'm trying to get more involved in Formula One and be more conscious." Mercedes-Benz is a huge organization, he continued. "I have got a phone call with the CEO later today to discuss how we can work on getting rid of all leather supplied to the cars. That is something I want to be involved in." Formula One has a significant carbon footprint, which contributes to climate change, but Hamilton pledged to go carbon neutral by the end of the year. He also committed to flying less. Hamilton says that making positive changes to Formula One are important. He told Options, "I want to be part of a system that is going to help heal the world and do something positive for the future." That's it for today. What do you think about Greta Thunberg as Times Person of the Year? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you again next week for Live Kindly's weekly vegan news.